This poem is called The Solitary Taste Bud. Sitting alone on the tip of my tongue, discerning animal and vegetable, smothered in sauce, salt and sugar, for some semblance of taste. Hello everyone, it's James here. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be reacting to the woman whose blood sugar is higher than a goth's hairspray bill. We're going to be reacting to Foodie Beauty. And the title of this video is Subway ASMR Mukbang, Soft Chocolate Chip Cookies with Milk and Cheese Toasties. Now, let's see what dainty amount of milk she is going to serve herself today. Here we are. Oh, yeah, that's enough. Yeah, darling, that's enough, darling. Oh my word.
Back to another video. So
So
today,
I'm going to keep the volume as low as possible. She really doesn't say anything of consequence. In fact, I'll put the closed captions on just so that you can read what she says. So we've got Subway here. We've got a massive amount of milk, which is, milk does have sugar in it. So, she could have had water with this, but no, she chose milk. I think there's at least 4 chocolate chip cookies. And obviously, as we know, cookies are made with sugar. Chocolate has sugar. But the most interesting thing is the sandwich that she's got. Now, yeah, it's got vegetables, great, marvelous, wonderful for her. It's also got that weird white sauce that her niche customers pay for. But the main thing is the bread. Now, in Ireland, they passed something interesting. Um, I probably have touched on this before in my videos because I believe she's done Subway before. Um, but bread from Subway is not classed as bread in Ireland. It is actually classed as a confectionery. And that's because it has so much sugar in the bread, it's actually, by law, it has to be classed as like a cake type substance. And in the UK, we don't have that kind of ruling, but there is a high amount of sugar in Subway bread and also a lot of salt. Um, I believe a 6-inch sub from Subway is the equivalent of eating 6 bags of crisps, salt wise. I don't know how much sugar there is exactly, but yeah, Subway bread is very sugary. Now, she can say this is Substop, which is false advertising, really. She's saying this is Substop bread, but it's actually this is Subway bread, but it's actually Substop. So you could flag her for false advertising if you're so inclined. Now, I'm not endorsing that or anything. This is just for entertainment purposes only, but you do what you will.
I am going to eat some Subway. It's actually Substop, but it's kind of the same
I hope you
thing.
got your coffees as
So
well,
in
by
this
the way,
particular
or
Subway,
whatever
it's
you
the
like to
cheese
drink when
and
you watch me of a
vegetable
morning or an
toasties,
evening.
cheesy with loads of vegetables and some ranch on it. And I have
Oh,
some
it's ranch, is
soft,
it?
warmed up chocolate chip cookies in ice cold milk. So, Bismillah, let's.
So I'm hearing all sorts of rumors now that she may be off her medication completely. Um, Now, this I believe this was an insinuation on the live that she did recently. Now, if that is the case, she is an uncontrolled diabetic. And also, I just want to address something. I have been getting comments from people saying, like, why do you believe she's a diabetic when she lies about everything? Well, the main point of it is that she is claiming she is a type 2 diabetic, right? And if she's claiming she is a type 2 diabetic and she's not, okay, whatever. But it's the claim that she's making. And as somebody who is a type 2 diabetic with their disease under control, I feel like I need to address this because people who have diabetes, who see Foodie Beauty eating what she wants, when she claims that she is a type 2 diabetic, is very dangerous. And it doesn't matter if she's lying or not, she's making the claim that she is type 2 diabetic. So I feel like I have the not quite the duty. I feel like that I should be the person to you know, make this make all this come to light, to show everyone that a type 2 diabetic shouldn't eat like this because it's promoting a dangerous lifestyle. And we've seen that there are actually people who are type 2 diabetic that watch Foodie, and if they're getting ideas from her, if they're being influenced by her channel, then that is dangerous, isn't it? So it doesn't matter whether she is actually diabetic or not. She is making the claim that she is diabetic. So that's good enough for me, and that's why I'm going to continue with talking about her from that point of view, because what she is doing is dangerous if she is, at the very least, making a claim that she is type 2 diabetic. So that's what I've got to say on that.
Let's get into it. And of course, let's give you a beauty bite.
Okay, so yeah, this is an ASMR thing. You can see she's got the microphone on her lapel, and the eating noises are incredibly awful. And I think she is now she's fully dropped the shroud of being like, I don't do feeder content. I mean, if you look at this now, she had like some white sauce on her mouth. She's got white sauce glopped all over this open sandwich. She's got the big quart of white milk. Come on, it's plain to see.
That's so good.
As much as she wants to protest that she's prim and proper, we know that she isn't. She's always going to be the same person that she was, a reprehensible human being.
Chocolatey and salt. Dip.
Have the chocolate cookies. Now, that's not to say that if you're diabetic, you can't have chocolate at all. It is, you can have it, but just not to the excess that Foodie is. I mean, it is fair to say that if you keep a strong eye on your blood glucose, you can work out the kind of things that spike your blood sugar and the kind of things that don't. So if you're a type 2 diabetic and you're eating very large meals such as this, it's almost 100% chance that your blood sugar is going to spike regardless of the medication you're on. So yeah, if you have small, if she only had the sandwich from this, it's highly possible that her blood sugar would still spike, but it wouldn't be as bad. If it was the cookies on their own, that would, that would be absolutely terrible if she ate like 4 chocolate chip cookies and a load of milk. So it's kind of it's difficult to gauge with because every individual is different, but there are generalized rules that you have to adhere to when it comes to being a type 2 diabetic. It's all about making the right choices, and I think that's something that everybody should adhere to. We should all try and make the right choices when it comes to food. We shouldn't have the ultra processed foods because, some of you may know that an ultra processed food is kind of classed by your body as being already digested. So your body doesn't register it as being food. That's why when you have ultra processed food, get you don't get like that satiety signal. So with Foodie, most of what she eats is like highly processed. So her food addiction makes her hunger signals out of whack anyway. But with these cookies and this Subway bread and stuff, it's just all over the shop, isn't it? And her lonely taste bud is just in ultimate confusion, honestly. It's just this kind of stuff is just awful to watch, because I know as a type 2 diabetic, if I made this choice for my lunch, I would be feeling awful for hours and hours afterwards, and my blood sugar My blood sugar after 2 hours would definitely be in double digits, regardless of the medication I'm on. It would take, well, like, well, let's have an example because I used to be on medication and eat terribly. So I would have, if I had McDonald's, and that would be 20 chicken McNuggets, two large fries, a quarter pounder, and a Diet Coke, because I've got to watch the calories. And I took my blood sugar 2 hours after eating that. It would be around 16 to 18 with metformin and Trulicity. Um, so yeah, it's if she's not taking her medication, you can imagine it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be a very, very high number indeed. Oh, the cookie can't be that tasty, surely. Like, I've never had a cookie in my life that ever made me roll my eyes into the back of my head like the Undertaker, you know? She's going to need an Undertaker soon, I can tell you that.
Mm. Oh,
But she makes these faces at the most awful looking meals, really, doesn't she? Ma. She just goes, meh, at this meal, you know? Like, I think if even if I went to a restaurant in West London years ago, right? Very posh restaurant, where I had afternoon tea, and they served this amazing dessert that was like a shell of chocolate, and then they would pour hot chocolate sauce all over it, and then the shell would just melt away, and it would show you these gold-plated passion fruit jellies and other bits of like chocolate and fruit and stuff, and it was absolutely amazing stuff. And I don't think I even got near to the out of body experience that Foodie's experiencing right now with these chocolate chip cookies. I can tell you that. Marvelous meal though.
mm.
She's such a foodie. It, that's
Parmesan
it.
jalapeno
Yeah.
bread, cheese, mozzarella cheese, black olives,
Yeah,
jalapenos,
yeah.
green peppers, onion, southwestern ranch.
Like honestly, it just doesn't look
And don't you think that's how everyone should
advertising.
eat?
It just doesn't look appetizing to me. It really doesn't. And I used to eat stuff like this when I worked for a taxi firm. We used to have the office, and it was next door to a Subway, and I used to get Subway a lot. And there was also a KFC near the office too, so you can tell, where this is going. I'd have a lot of KFC. I'd have a lot of Subway. And I'm always a plain Jane when it comes to Subway. I just have the turkey breast and ham with cheese toasted. So yeah, not a lot for me from Subway. But the best thing I had from Subway is probably their white chocolate chip and macadamia nut cookies. I remember one time I asked for some white chocolate chip and macadamia nut cookies, and the guy serving me said, "They've got nuts in. Is that okay?" And I said, "Yeah, yes, fine." Because I specifically asked for the white chocolate chip and macadamia nut cookies. I know he was just trying to be nice, but that did tickle me. Bless him. What is that chocolate on her finger? Like, but this is like embedded in her fingernail here. I'm wondering if there's something like going wrong with her fingers because that that does not look right at all. And I'm pretty sure that was in the beginning of the video. Yeah, look. So she's either had more cookies and hold on, let me play it a bit more
It's cold
just
now.
in case she
So it's vanilla, red
unthings her
vanilla,
fingies.
and
Yeah,
caramel.
there you go. Look, what is that on her fingernail? That is weird looking. That's on her ring finger as well. Now, obviously, we can just posit theories here because, you know, this video is entertainment purposes only. But do you think that the tightness of the ring is starting to cut off her circulation to the rest of her finger? Now that would be some scary stuff. Like you can see the grip that the ring has on her finger at the moment. So yeah, it's probably not outside the realms of reality that she's cutting off the circulation to her ring finger. I mean,
Looks like the right
her hand in
one.
general looks very, very puffy. Like my hand is like kind of normal. I'm fat,
Is it
obviously,
toasty?
but you know, my hand seems kind of normal. Oh, my fingernails are dirty. I'm sorry about that. Um,
I love the crunchiness of the onions and the peppers.
See, you call that a toasty, but to me that looks like it's been toasted by the heat of the moment. You know,
Mm, it's
it
really
just
soft.
looks
Oh,
soft, almost like a cake, which is what the Irish describe Subway bread as.
what's your go-to Subway order?
What's my go-to Subway order? I just told you. I'm not doing it again.
Mm,
Honestly, you are one vile, vile, vile woman. Like honestly,
the toasties are like a side item you can order.
I don't think after 40 days in the desert, the Israelites bloody looked at the wafers of honey and stuff. I'm butchering that obviously because I can't remember the story, but you know, if you were in the desert for like a month and you'd had your first bit of food, even then you wouldn't be as as orgasm o facing as Foodie here. See, this is the downfall of my stream of consciousness videos. I sometimes slip up, so I am sorry. No, and those cookies look meh
I want to
to
say so
me.
good, and they're so good.
How many cookies do you reckon she's got under her table? Do you reckon there's another half dozen under there, melting
I think
away,
there's about
being licked by Julia? I hope not. Julia
about
can't have sugar. Where is Julia, by the way? Hashtag free Julia.
mm,
Maybe she's finally escaped. Now that would be something that would warm my heart. Warm the cockles of me heart. So I've got the closed captions on. She's literally said nothing for about a minute now. Oh, she's having the rest of that. So how much milk is that in there? Is that like a litre? That must be like a litre of milk.
mm.
So when I have a coffee, it's about I tend to have about 20 calories worth of milk. So I imagine what she's got in there has got to be at least 500, at least. But I'm talking semi-skimmed for me.
I can't believe it didn't dawn on me earlier to try warming them up.
I don't know. What do you reckon? Do you reckon at least 500 calories for that milk? It's got to be, right?
Mm.
I bet she felt like absolute shite after this. Down it, down it, down in one, down in one. I've seen smaller steins at
That was a very good meal.
Oktoberfest.
I'm so thankful that I got to eat it. I hope you had something good to eat while watching me, and I hope you had dinner with me, or lunch,
No, I
or
didn't eat
whatever you want.
anything while I was watching this,
It's
actually.
kind of
Sorry
ridiculous,
about
so
that.
sorry about that. So before I go, I just want to remind you that I have a cameo. If you would like to
I don't care. Foodie, I do not care. I've got a cameo, by the way. Please don't send food requests. Please don't send me money to eat food. You know? No, don't do that. Why, yeah, yada. Yeah, so that was absolutely atrocious. I hope the recording was better today. I've switched the I've switched the recording software that I've been using, so I'm hoping that that was an improvement. And yeah, today's word of the day is ketoacidosis. So if you've made it to this far in the video, please somehow manage to put ketoacidosis into your comment. And I hope you like my pink shirt as well. I bought it yesterday and it's very nice. Real men wear pink. Thank you so much. So yeah, take care guys, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye.